Welcome back, Top Notch Gang. Power Book 2 Go Season 3 has finally ended, and I have made multiple theories and predictions for Season 4 already, but I want to do one final video putting it all together so you don't have to go watch every single video. So in this video is going to be a summary pretty much of all the possibilities for each theory and each prediction, everything that could basically happen. And you're going to see timestamps with names. You could just skip right there if that's the part you're most interested in, because I have some different takes and opinions now based off my other videos, you guys' comments. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and here's an explanation for all the possible theories in season 4 of Power Book 2 Ghost. Oh, and last thing I want to say for my superhero TV show fans, I promise, I said this month of June is for superhero TV shows. I already finished Gotham, I already finished Arrow, and I'm working on a video for The Flash. Let me know down below which video you want first. I want to finish at least 4 or 5 and have them just mapped out and planned out for all the Fridays or Saturdays of this month. So that's why they haven't released yet. So let me know down below which one you want first, Gotham or the Arrow. We have the downfall of the Tejada family. So this has been happening for a while now. As we can see, Zeke's dead, Lorenzo's dead, and season 4 is just going to be the end of this family. We saw at the end of season 3, of course, Drew and Diana's plan to have Tariq kill Monet and then have Kane kill Reek and then just them two get out the game. And Kane already told this nigga he's not going to be an NBA housewife. Why is he doing all this? Their job is to sell drugs. But either way, cause this is how I see this playing out for once and for all. So I think they will. Monet, of course, we already seen from the leaked picture that she is good, she's back, she's well, she's healthy. So I think she will actually believe Tariq that her family set her up, especially after what she did to Lorenzo. And Kane also doesn't know this information, but I don't think he will find out till later on, because they want him to be a hothead and just go after Reek non-stop like he's been doing the last 3 seasons. But I think once Monet does discover this, also Diana was caught on the camera at Tommy's mom's house, I think they'll be able to put 2 and 2 together and know Drew and Diana's plan. So their family is pretty much over, and this is just my prediction for each family member. I think Monet will go to jail. I think Drew will die this season, and Kane, he's the one I'm least sure about. I could see him dying, I could see him going to jail, I could see him staying out and being free. But Monet, I think she goes to jail, I think Drew dies, and I do think Diana finally gets out the game. But she'll have to dismantle her family and everything around her to do so. It'll come at a lot of cost, a lot of risk, but it's what she has to do, as we've seen at the end of season 3. So I think their family will be completely done by the end of season 4. That's the only way I see it playing out. You guys can tell me down below in the comments all the directions you see each of these characters going in season 4. Once this information is revealed to Monet, will she side with Tariq? How would Diana go about this situation? Just leave all your opinions down below in the comments, because I want to hear your guys' ideas as well. But I do think season 4 is the complete end of the Tejada family. Next, we have Kane versus 2-Bit. Now, I made a whole video like 3 weeks ago at this point. It's also my most viewed video, so shout out to you guys, about everybody that's gonna come back and join the war to help Tariq and Brayden. Now, I talked about 2-Bit and how he took Tariq's car in that video and how I believe it's gonna get shot up. So for this theory, I of course said that he'll be driving around in Reek's Porsche that he took from him in episode 9 of season 3. Someone will see it and shoot it up. Now, someone pointed out to me that Effie knows Tariq isn't in his own car. He picked her up from jail in 2-Bit's car, but that doesn't mean she relayed that information. So how I see it going is, of course, Kane, being the hothead that he is, sees the Porsche and shoots it up. So he'll think maybe he did it, Tariq, and he'll go back to Noma and them. They'll have another meetup for product and talk strategy or whatever. And there he'll say he ended the shit. He did it, Tariq, in the Porsche or whatever. And then Effie would bring up that information that Reek wasn't in that car. So then that will bring 2-Bit into the fold. He'll look out, he'll go to Tariq, find out everything he needs to know, and he'll want revenge. And this plotline would just be so dope to have in season 4. I really don't have much to say about it. That's just the main way it could play out. Like, I don't see it really playing out any other way. I just can't wait to see it on my screen. Also, 2-Bit's experience, he's been there before with Tommy and Ghost and all the things that went down there. We know 2Bit's a real nigga. He went to jail, he held it down, got out, he did his thing. And we also never really seen a Tejadas go to war with someone who really is about that smoke. And we know about 2Bit, like we really know. And I've been saying for months it would be cool to see 2Bit interact with anybody else besides Tariq and Sax, of course. So him and Kane, that shit would be so fucking fire to see. It'll bring back them old power vibes, especially with a character like 2Bit, who I said once again is experienced, has been in these situations before, and is not scared to do what must be done. Like I already said that I believe Drew dies this season, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have 2Bit be the character that does it, that puts into Drew, especially to get back at them if they try to shoot up the car, try to kill him. I wouldn't be surprised they utilize his character in that way, someone who's been there before. And Kane, we know he's crazy, does whatever he wants, has killed countless of people, so this war and clash would just be so fucking interesting to see. And I think Drew dying and being a catalyst to the whole situation, of course after they shoot up the car, just would make the dynamic of this shit even better. So I'm hoping they utilize Tariq car being taken by 2Bit, because they couldn't just have that there for no reason. So I hope they make that shit a reality, have a 2Bit versus Kane all out war. That shit would be insane. We have the flash drive that Sax left Agent Young, Junior Valdez, who is Angela's nephew. Now, there's two main theories to this that I honestly disagree with both, and now I have more reasons and opinions to say that, so let me just throw them out right here. All right, the first one being that it's a flash drive from the video of Tariq at Ghost's gravesite that Sax recorded him on, that after Sax's niece followed him after Tariq's birthday party, so he was at the gravesite basically admitting to killing his father. But I don't think this was what it is, because I feel like this is inadmissible. It was obtained illegally, and it just doesn't make sense, because Sax promised Jenny at the end of season 2 to take down Tariq and everybody else in the organization. So if he had something this damning that could actually be used and actually like just be useful, I feel like he would have been pulled it out before he died. So one, it was obtained illegally, and two, if this was the end all be all, it literally makes absolutely zero sense why he wouldn't have used it. Also, when he called Tariq on the phone after they knew he was the mole and threatened him with the Tasha information, he could have threatened him with this as well if this was that big a piece of information. I don't think there's no way they could actually use this in the court of law, but that's just my opinion. It can always still happen, but I just don't see it being a possibility. And the second theory being that, of course, Junior is really Ghost's son, Ghost and Angela's son. When she went away from Cho, she got pregnant, never told him. Now, there is a lot of huge problems with this theory. I get why a lot of people want to make it make sense. They say because Angela told Ghost something when they were in the ambulance before she died, she could have told him this. Also, Ghost left money for Pies and him because he could have knew it was his son, and so on and so forth. My problem with this theory is the timeline. So in the very first episode, when Ghost and Angela meet up, they say it's been 18 years, right? So you gotta stay with me so it can make perfect sense. So it's been 18 years since they last seen each other. So that means Junior would have to be at least 18 in the very first episode. We know at the beginning Tariq is about 12 to 13. Him and Raina are twins. He isn't in high school yet, so at minimum he's 12 to 13. We know in season 6 of the original Power, we're still in the original Power, Junior is still in college. He's talking about college, how he's gonna pay for it, and when they get the money from Ghost as well, he's able to go back to college. So he's able to go to college. And we know going right into season 1 of Book Ghost, it's straight into the next season. There's no time skip, no time jump or nothing. We know that because it goes straight into Tasha's trial. Right after she gets arrested, it literally in the next season, Tariq is trying to find her a lawyer and so on and so forth. And we know Tariq is going to college now. So that means 6 years had to pass between season 1, episode 1, and season 1 of Book Ghost. Because like I said, Tariq is in college now. Now, we know he skipped a year, and there is an episode in season 1 where he has a birthday and he's finally 18. So like I said, at least 6 years have had to pass. So if Junior was 18 in the very first episode, he would have to be 24 by book goes. He wouldn't be going to college, I would think. That, like, it just leaves a big hole in the timeline. And a lot of people maybe say Ghost could have messed around with Paz, or Tommy could have messed around with Paz. I don't think that would be as interesting as this theory. It definitely wouldn't make as much sense, as there's no hints or anything towards that. But I just think them using this theory leaves big holes in the timeline. And also, I pointed out in my last video, if you want to go check it out, that Angela would have told Ghost something like this, and you all pretty much disagreed with me, talking about the type of man Ghost was. But we have to remember, she didn't know he was actually Ghost until way later in the series. There was at least 2-3 seasons that she didn't know he was Ghost, that she could have possibly told him. And even before she knew he had a family, kids, was married early on, she didn't say anything and told him. And they were in love. They told each other everything, especially once she found out he was Ghost. So I still believe she would have said something. She would have told him, or this would have been set up better if this was the route they were going down. But I see why people are going with this theory. This will make Agent Young and Tariq brothers. This will make it interesting going into season 4. And I could be wrong about all this. I think I just see people pointing out all the ways this could be right, this could be true. Like I said about Angela whispering to Ghost in the ambulance, or him leaving the money for Paz and Agent Young. So I can see all the ways people want it to be true, but you have to also think about the ways it couldn't be. Like, so once again, I could be wrong. This could still be a possibility. I'm open to that happening and them making a lot of sense of it. But that's it for this part of the video. And the last thing people want me to talk about is Lauren throwing her phone away before she left for good. Now, I already made a video about Lauren, Diana, Effie, how I think Tariq will get his revenge, who I think he will end up with, everything that will happen to those girls. So if you want to check out that full video, you can. But in this part, we'll just be focused on Lauren and how this could come into play into the next season. Now, first, I know a lot of people thought she threw this phone away at the FBI or the Fed stash house, but that's not true. This was her own house. We saw her return to this house earlier in the season when she left from Jenny, met up with Tariq in the park the first time, and then she went home to find her parents, but her parents never returned home after finding out she died, or after believing she died. Now, me personally, I initially thought that her throwing this phone away was just a way of saying she's leaving her past behind, she's moving on, and she's not looking back. Well, a lot of people seem to think that the feds will come into this house or go to try to find her, and then they'll go in the trash and find the phone, find all the conversations between her and Tariq. But I don't really know. That seems very far-fetched, and I guess it could have been highlighted of her throwing the phone away, but that seems like a little too much. Now, I do say in my prior videos, I hope that Lauren comes back, and this could be a way to bring her back if they make this a vital, important piece, because I don't feel like they did enough with her character, or more could have came from her character, because not really anything came from her being alive. Like, if they would have killed her off, nothing really would have changed about this season, because Effie still got off scot-free, Lauren still left, so it's like she was never here, never around, especially because in the first 5 episodes of the season until the ending of episode 5, her being alive wasn't really knowledgeable to everybody else, only to us, the watchers, and to Jenny. So I think they could better utilize her character. So if this is a way for them to do that, then I'm open eyes and ears. I'd love to see what they do, and you can leave down below in the comments how you think it would play out, but I'm just interested to see. But that's it for this video. Like I said, if you guys want me to go into detail about any of these topics specifically, I have videos on the channel going over a few of them, giving way more in-depth analysis of all the things I think will happen. This was just a quick overview for people who just want to get it all in one video. But like I said, as usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.